outside. I feel like just those words like give me this nostalgic ride back to like being a kid, being outside.
What does outside mean to you?
Outside to me means people. It means my friends. It means my future friends.
Being outside to me means exploring, overcoming our insecurities, our fears, and being intentional about how we move in our communities.
We outside means that we are outside for ourselves, for our liberation, for our children and grandchildren, and for our community.
So at We Power, our definition of being outside is building community, building political power, economic power that allows us to have a future where our babies are cared for and have the resources they need, where our communities are communities of care, full of resources and opportunities, and where our futures are ones where Black and brown folks are able to have our full humanity recognized, celebrated, and affirmed by all these social systems that are unfortunately doing harm to us right now.
So, you know, when I was a little girl, I grew up in this neighborhood. My mom lives 2 doors down. We moved here in 71. And when I moved here in 71, we had everything in this neighborhood that you could need. We had a cleaners, we had a grocery store, we had a gas station, we had a restaurant, we had a pharmacy. We had everything that you can need. And, you know, I didn't have to go out of my neighborhood for anything if I didn't choose to. And now we have nothing. And so my goal is to bring back those things that citizens need. You need a grocery store. You need a pharmacy, you know, and you should have one in your neighborhood. I shouldn't have to go across town for that. I should have one in my neighborhood. And those are the things that I think that we are lacking in East St. Louis, you know, true economic development where there are jobs available for the people. You know, true economic development where there are services available for the citizens. And, you know, and we're missing that.
I always thought if we just change K-12, all of the region's problems will be solved. And it's not that simple. We Power needed to be a space held for Black and brown folks to dream of better futures, but also to build and wield enough power to bring those futures to bear, and to do so unapologetically. When we think about so many moments in our history as a country, we've been criminalized as Black people for building power, and whenever we do get on the precipice of like game-changing impact because of our organized power, that's when the forces to be try to break us down and divide us. So at We Power, we're thinking about the intersection between economic power and political power, and often those are built in silos. And so we think that we have to build the political power, the organized people power, the electoral power, the policy power in lockstep with the economic power. And so we know that in order to really hit a tipping point, we have to resource our own movement. And so we want to see as many thriving Black and Latinx businesses as possible because they can create jobs in our communities, but also they can create wealth to fuel this movement of us creating a future that supports our well-being.
Early childhood is known to be the greatest investment that any society can make. One of the reasons is because this is when a child's internal systems are being developed. It's from 0 to 3 where children understand what is safe and what is not, and they literally store a lot of their memories just in their bodies. And it's because of this that we need to treat and should invest into early child's care for what it is. It is an opportunity to allow children the opportunity to explore who they are, explore their worlds within safe and loving environments. Early childhood is really an opportunity for us as a society to put our money and our energy and our resources behind what we say we care about.
I came back to St. Louis to become an educator, and ever since my first day in that classroom, I have recognized that this is the work. This is my work. This should be all of our work, and an investment in our babies, using babies broadly, whether they're 0 years old or 20 years old. An investment in our babies is an investment in all of our well-being, and it's an investment in securing a better future for our region. A future where we are free, to me, is a future that affirms and creates space for us to be physically, emotionally, and socially safe and our full selves. When I think about history, the history of Black people in particular, it was outside in the fields where we were experiencing slavery and captivity. So to me, it's like rewriting the narrative of what it means to be outside and undoing the harm that has been done for centuries on the backs of Black and brown people.
So here's what you should know. WePower is no longer playing small. We are no longer running for our purpose, and we are clear about why we exist and who we exist for. We are no longer letting the warriors of the status quo shrink us. Instead, we are leaning into the core reason of us existing, which is to unapologetically build political and economic power with and for Black and Latinx communities. That means that we are telling our story about who we are, why we exist, and what we are pursuing on our own terms. This also means we are back outside, all caps, hashtag, in spaces, physical spaces together, gardens, parks, wherever we can fit, with each other, building power, celebrating, healing, and dreaming of a better future. We are growing our community of change makers and entrepreneurs who identify as mamas, grandmas, aunts, uncles, daddies, educators, parents, and advocates. And you are part of this growing community.
We outside! We outside! We outside! We outside! We outside!
A future that guides freedom to me, whether it's through sound, feeling, experiences, is moving with love. I'm not allowing hatred, fear, anger to guide us and stagnate us, and to continue to grow and evolve and continue to break generational curses in positivity and uplifting one another along the way. To the future, it's okay to be scared. Sit in the fields, write about it, work through it, heal through it, and don't let it run you. Don't let fear stop you from doing whatever you want to do, exploring. And if you don't know what to do, explore some more. So make sure you do that. And the future is whatever you want it to be. And take that from a little girl from Miami who had a dad with drug problems, a mom who was always working and trying to make it for everybody. And I'm the baby, and I've come this far. And you can do that and then some. So don't let fear stop you.
To my babies, Judah, Jesse, and Lena, I just want you to know that it's love that carries us through, and that it starts with yourself, that you are precious, that you're so wonderful, and that even if you don't always feel like it, you tap into that part of yourself to know that you are connected to everybody else, And that when you see another person shine, you know that that is within you as well. And that the whole beauty of all of this is that we all get to shine together. And the more that we see that in ourselves, and the more that we're able to love those shiny parts of ourselves, the more we can see the shiny parts in other people and love that part and value that. And I just hope you have a good time.
Definitely some movement shit. This is totally some movie shit.
For our babies. Okay. It's our babies. Gosh.
Yeah, but we got lucky.
Yes, I
Our lives got flooded, but our apartment split.
Yeah. My basement got flooded, but it was all closed. We didn't have much of an idea.
Yeah.
Just
3, 2, hold it.